In this video, I want to help a lay leader at Crossroads learn how they can manage their small group. I'm going to do that through the MyCrossroads website. So at the Crossroads homepage, we would click MyCrossroads in the upper right hand corner, which would take us to this intro screen for MyCrossroads. If you are a first-time user, you can click here to learn more about how to get an account. Click here to request a login, but because I already have a login, I'm going to click here to log in to MyCrossroads. I would type in my email or user ID and my password, and I would click the sign in button. From this main screen on MyCrossroads, I can see that I have some groups listed here. I have some activities that I'm involved in, I could have some classes that I'm involved in, and I could see the small groups that I'm involved with or responsible for. Today I'm going to show you how to manage the ACS implementation team. This is the small group I'm going to use as a demonstration. So I would click the name of my group, of my small group, and this would take me to an overview screen for my small group. I have the topic, the title of my group, its location, status, whether or not childcare is available, some of the start dates, and the members of the group. From the members of the group here, I can add people to the group or remove people from the group. So if I wanted to add someone to the roster, I could click the Add Roster button, and I could type in the name of a person that I'm searching for, and search for that person, and sure enough I find Abby Carpenter. I can select her and add her to the roster. I get a confirmation screen, and you can see that Abby is now a member of the roster, and down below on the right there was even a little notification that she was added. If I needed to drop her from the roster because maybe 6 months later she's no longer a part of this group, I would use the Drop from Roster button. If I made a mistake and she was never a part of this group, I would select the name of this person and delete that person from the roster, and that's what I'm going to do now. I get a confirmation screen that I say yes, and now she's dropped from the roster. Right now I have another person, Luann Hockstead, and if I clicked the Edit Position pencil on the right, I can change her status from being a position as a member. I can change her to being a leader or an assistant, and I would simply click Update, and now she's listed as an assistant. If I wanted to, I see some action items over here for the roster. I could export my roster, send a message to my roster, I could print a directory, or even take attendance. So if I wanted to mark attendance for my group meetings, I would choose Mark Attendance and click the Go button. I could indicate the date of my meeting. Let's say it's September 1st or maybe September 2nd, and I could list them as being present or absent. I could select the people that were here. Everybody was there but me, and so I would say Submit, and it would mark the attendance for the people that were at that meeting. Another thing I could do is I could send an email message or a text message to members of the group. So if I said send a message and click Go, I'm given a place here where I can choose who do I want it to go to. I could send it to everybody, or I could just send it to some people. Now I click Send Message. I could add extra people. I could indicate that this is just a test. I could say please ignore for this training, or I could provide information, and I could send this message. If this was a message, or a group rather, of children or high school students or middle school students, I could check this box and it would automatically go to the parents of those children. So then I click Send a Message, and it will say congratulations, your email was sent to 4 people. If I go back to this navigation menu at the top and click My Groups, I get back to sort of the same place where I was before. If I go here to back to my implementation, this description I can do some editing of this description. If I wanted to edit my group, I could click Go. There's 3 things I can edit: the information about the group, the times, and the details. As you can see, there's a title, the start date of the group, what parent ministry team this is a part of, whether it's D groups or worship. This one is admin teams. I could provide some information in here. I could underline things if I wanted to. I could indicate where it meets. If it meets off campus at a coffee house, for example, I could put the address and directions below. And then I would click continue to move on, or I could go up directly and click the meeting times button. If I wanted to delete this, like we're not going to be meeting on Tuesdays anymore at 8 in the morning, I could delete this. If I wanted to add a new time, I could say, what time am I meeting? Yes, I know what time we're meeting. Or no, I don't. If I know what days I'm meeting, I could say yes. I'm going to meet from 8 to 9, but instead of Tuesdays, we're going to meet on Wednesdays. So I would just select that and click add another. And I could keep adding these times for our meetings. So save and continue. It would take me to group details. I could indicate whether or not childcare is available. I could indicate the number of participants I allow in my group. I could list the Facebook group. If this is selected here, this allow members to automatically join this group, we recommend that you deselect this. We want rather people to join the group through the leader of the group, the small group lay leader. If I wanted to send out an automatic email 1 day before the meeting or 3 days before the meeting, I could set up an automatic reminder. Don't forget the ACS meeting, and I could say done, and that would be taken care of. If I go back to this main groups menu here, under my small groups, I can see a button here called Available Small Groups. By clicking this information lists all of the small groups that meet in Crossroads or at Crossroads, and there are 2 screens worth. One of the reasons it's important for a small group leader to update their group information is so that when this screen is viewed by members or people interested in learning more or requesting information, they would have the accurate information. So a user, a member of the church, could click Request Info and find out more about that group, and this would send a request directly to the group leader. So that's how easy it is to maintain your small group. I hope this has been helpful.